My name is Jas Takhar, and you're going to be watching The Big Shot Show, and I'm a big shot. Well, you'll make that decision yourself. Enjoy the show.
Really excited for this one, man. Hey guys, today I'm here to interview the billion-dollar real estate broker of Canada, who's also known as Garyvee of Canadian real estate. Come, let's check it out. Excited. Oh, hi, I'm... Okay. Yes. My name is already there.
Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for, awesome. It's a pleasure, man.
Hey, man, welcome to our office.
Thank you, it's wonderful.
What are we doing today? Because I don't know.
Okay, that's a great start. So, hi everyone. Today I am sitting with the billion-dollar real estate broker of Canada, who's known as the Garyvee, or I should say Jazzy T of Canada.
I like that.
And welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you so much for having me, buddy. To see how you came in with so much energy and came in with your crew and the gift that you brought me that I think your viewers definitely need to see. And if you're just listening to this because you're maybe just, cooking or something and you have YouTube on, you really need to get to the screen and see the gift. But thank you so much, man. It really means a lot.
No, it means a lot that you really liked it, and mostly because also you inspire people with the kind of work that you do. And I just wanted to, not just from me, but all the people who watch you, just kind of a gift from all of them.
That means a lot, man. Thank you so much.
Jas, my channel is mostly around, like, we talk about immigration, hustle, entrepreneurship, and all of that stuff. And I know that you are the second generation immigrant yourself. And I know a little bit of your backstory because I've done my homework. And
I'm not surprised.
Your father, when he migrated to Canada, he was a taxi driver, right? And your mother worked in the factory,
yep.
Right? So you've grown up looking at them. So how did that change or impact your life?
Look, I think, the area that I was born in is in the northern part of Toronto, in an area called Rexdale. For your viewers that don't know that area, it's one of those areas that you don't have a lot of people to look up to, right? You go to certain corners, they're not the best of corners. Some would say when you drive through that area, maybe lock your windows, lock your doors, put up your windows kind of thing, right?
Is it still the same right now?
Look, I mean, for me, it never felt like that, right? Does it still have a negative stigma to it, like a negative rap and a stigma to it? Yes, it does. But it's getting a little bit better, just like any other area. It's getting gentrified and it's getting cleaned up and redeveloped. But it's one of those neighborhoods that, one, it's like 15-minute drive from the airport. And maybe it's because it's so close to the airport that people, when they land, they just need to find a home to rent or an apartment to rent. And Rexdale is kind of similar to that. But I was sheltered from a lot of it. And what I mean by that, to your question, is the fact that my father and my mother and my two older brothers, and I probably don't do my two older brothers enough justice. Like, I don't speak about them that often. But wow, like, were they such a major role in my life? My two older brothers, and yes, my father and mother. I mean, my brothers are the way that they are because my father and mother, right? Like, my father worked when he came here for the city taxi. And what that means is that the hours were like 8 in the morning till maybe about 7:30 at night. 8 o'clock at night, right? And it was like 6 days a week, I remember, right? He would take the Sunday off most of the time, and we would go to the temple, and that's the time that we would spend. So he wasn't home a lot, but I mean, till this day, I'm 40 years as of today, I always say that my cup got so filled by my father in terms of how much he told me he loved me every single night. Like, I remember him, like, and now I'm getting goosebumps talking about it, obviously, but like him whispering in my ear at night when you'd come home and just saying, I love you, Putti. And Putti means like my little child, Puttar, right?
Puttar,
like in Punjabi, right? Punjabi. I have two boys. And
which part of the country are you from again, back from India?
In India, I'm from Ludhiana.
Ludhiana is a big city.
Yes, it is. It is a massive city. I haven't been back for a while. We were talking about it a little quickly off air, but I definitely want to take my kids back. But look, I mean, I want to show them the home in the Pind, but now I want to show them the rest of India,
Rest of
right?
India.
Like I haven't even personally
Yeah,
seen
you
it.
have visited like last time you were just telling me you visited in 1996.
Yes.
Oh, it has changed, man.
Well, I mean, back in '96 and maybe even the mid 2000s, like 2010, like one person had a phone in the Pind. And you would call that person and say, "Can you get
Can I borrow?"
this person to call me
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
3 minutes?" And you'd be yelling. And so it's completely different now, I'm sure, right? At the age of 12, I think it was very easy to understand by my parents that I'm not going to get a degree. I am not going to be their educated
That
son.
was my next question. Like, were your parents like that kind of? They had that kind of a mindset that get a job, get
No.
married young.
No, not really. No,
Okay.
no. I mean, like their friends and maybe some of their siblings had that, and my parents had to hear it. They never brought it to us. Like, if my brothers were here right now, they would say the same thing. My father never let the outside noise of other people affect anything in our home. What they did really well, in my opinion, now looking back, is that they nurtured it.
Yeah.
They didn't ever push it upon me. Like my father would say, "You gotta pass.
Yeah.
Like figure out passing. You know,
Passing,
like."
yeah.
But okay, you like working. You like this newspaper route that you have. At the age of 12, I thought I was going to be a newspaper delivery boy my whole life.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time I got
Yes,
paid for something,
yes.
right? And anybody who watches my content, they know that story. But he was like, "Yeah, sure, like do your thing. Hey," and that's when he let my mom take over, and she taught me, like, spend the money. You're a child. Like, have fun, but put away. You got $10. Can you just put away $2? And I never like understood the importance of it then. Do I ever now? Because I always talk about at least paying yourself 10%. My
Right.
mom taught me 20, 50%.
Exactly.
Right? Putting that away. And then at like 14 and 15, when I wanted to buy something big, I already had some money put away, right?
No, I really like this segue also because you've talked a little bit about financing, taking care of that, and now, like you're talking like your journey has been over the 20 years since you started working in. I know that you worked in the car sales earlier. Which car company was that?
Acura.
Acura. By the way, when I came to Canada, that's the first thing the job that I got
Car
was
sales.
car sales.
Yeah, nice.
I worked with Kia.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
And that is where, because for me, it was really important. Coming to a new country, it's how do you get that kind of an exposure and confidence?
Yeah, that's a very smart thing you did, and and now I can tell like where some of your like the way that you speak and the how much you smile and the energy you come with, and now it clicks for me because I would tell everyone, even if you never want to be a salesperson, go work at a car dealership. Why?
Yeah.
Because people come to you, and so you get to meet all these people from different walks of nature. You also, the people that work in a car dealership are like, they're character. You have
Yeah.
the sales
Oh,
department,
yes.
then you have all the mechanics. You know this. Look, I
I
said it to you,
know
you
it.
started laughing, right? The mechanics, the
Yes.
parts people, the receptionists, and the accounting. Everyone is completely
Everybody is a
different.
character, yeah,
right?
right.
Everyone's a character, and then all the customers that come in.
Yes.
Like you don't have to. It's not like real estate. Real estate's
Yeah.
different, right? You got to go out and get people and bring people to your store. It definitely changed my mindset, like of actually understanding how much work you have to put in because you're not getting paid a salary. That's where the commission mindset started for me. Like, oh, this is cool. There's a place and an industry that you can work in where nobody gets to tell you what you can make.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right, because in all the other
like
places,
running your own business.
it's very similar to that, right? Like you don't have to take on the expenses and the other headaches that come with entrepreneurship and business, running a business. But it was really where I realized there's no ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's really no ceiling. It's as far as you want to take it.
And like at the time when I remember when I started doing this, and also you have to have that kind of a mindset that what are you bringing on the table for other people, not just for the like customers, but also for the dealership. Like because I have a marketing background, so I knew that I could do something in the marketing for my dealership. So that's where even I started talking to them that what, these things can be changed for your marketing. Let me handle that part. So I started giving them a service and also started working as a salesman for them.
Yeah, look, I think that's so smart, right? And I think more people need to think about how much value they can bring
on the table.
other people,
Yes.
opposed to taking and seeing what it's in it only for them.
Yeah.
Because And look, I mean, run your business, run your life the way that anybody, like you want to. But when you start to have that mindset of how can I bring other, just asking the question, how can I bring other people value? Then your brain will start to find answers to it, but then the opportunities become endless, right?
yeah.
Where some people say, well, okay, I'm working as a car salesman, that's all I can do here.
Yeah.
And not trying to find ways that they can bring them value. You thought that you had, like, that you enjoyed the whole marketing world. You started to bring that to the table. You got experience.
I started free of cost because I thought, let me do it.
Exactly.
Let me do it for you.
If somebody's allowing you to
Yeah.
do it, and you're starting to hone your skills, you start to do that, and now you own your own company, right? And I think most people see the end result, and they don't really look back to see what the work that was put in.
That's true. And I also see a lot of people like working for free is really underrated.
For sure.
A lot of people think that, we should be paid, like as if people think that we are entitled to get paid for whatever we are doing. But working for free can open so many doors for you. I know for me, like coming to Canada, starting like from zero level, I started working for free for a lot of people, and that's how you build that.
Well, I appreciate you guys wanting a tour of our new office space. I know some of the content that you might have seen of mine in the past would be in our older studio, but we finally, after about 3-4 years of waiting and then about a good 7-8 months of actual renovations, we're in our new digs. And so let me kind of show you around. This is where we have a lot of our boardroom meetings. We got some media team members here. We're really a cool little chill, relaxed, laid back environment and team. I think most people work best when they're laid back. This is kind of where the sales happen. You got my boy Tyler. He's been with me for 8 years. He leads our real estate concierge division. He's on the phones, just reaching out to our clients, seeing if they need a painter, electrician, a second set of eyes on a lease agreement. That all happens in there. As I mentioned, we're running 2 organizations out of this spot. The other one is our media department that helps with our content from a real estate perspective for our clients, but also producing content for other real estate agents and mortgage brokers in the city. Because look, if you're not producing content now and controlling the narrative of what's happening in the market, I think you're gonna be somewhat of a dinosaur in this business, because unfortunately, just doing just listed and just sold cards doesn't cut it anymore. I'll take you into this is our VP, Laura Stewart. Hi, Laura. She's also the business partner in the media company From the Ground Up, that company that we help real estate agents and mortgage brokers create content. But I usually take a seat on one of the seats there where Ty's sitting. And
To be in the camera.
yeah, there you go. Ty likes to be on the camera a little bit more.
But this is all a new setup, right? Like
Oh,
earlier.
new setup, man. This is brand new. We literally got the keys to this, I don't know, I'm gonna say 2 weeks ago.
Fast forwarded today, Jas, you have $2.1 billion of real estate transactions that you have done. But how did you get your first million?
Like in terms of sales, that's just me on the phones, man.
And how much time did it take for you to get your first $1 million?
Yeah, so look, I think that probably took, in terms of actual real estate sales, to have done $1 million, that took us about 5-7 years to hit that number. 7 years, I would say, to get to that number. And then we just consistently have been able to do that because of like YouTube. I mean, that's helped us, and content creation and all of that.
You also have your own podcast.
Yes, I do.
I love that.
Thank you.
So many great guests that you have interviewed. And there was one interesting interview that you did that's why I'm calling him Garyvee, because he has interviewed Garyvee, and moreover, with the same kind of energy out here.
I've heard that.
Yes,
He's awesome, you know.
with the less swearing words for sure.
I think so.
It was in 2018 that you did a podcast with him?
No, with him, I think it was a year before, 19.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was something that you said that, it is getting quieter in your head.
How'd you get so fucking quiet? Like, how did you get so quiet in your head? Because I'm getting there, and I'm not just saying
practice. See? You just said something very important, and you'll understand this better than people listening for the first time.
Okay.
You said something powerful. I'm getting there.
Then I could relate with that, because the same is happening for me also. In that headspace that you are in, and the way that I also could connect with that. How is it for you today from that time when you said that?
Look, I think I really stick with my core genius more now, right? Like there's really only 3-4 things that I'm focusing on. Not to say that you should focus on less or focus on more. Everybody do you kind of thing, right? But for me, I'm very, very comfortable in only now wanting and needing to do these 4 things. Like I love to do this.
Yeah.
Like I could do this for 7. I've lost track of time. It just happens to me. I zone out, I black out, and I just go. I love tonight, later on tonight, I'm presenting to close to 900 people of my 900 clients, something that I do every quarter, which is an investors marketplace. You come on, it's like speed dating for investors. That idea came to me because I'm not doing a lot of other things, right? So in terms of getting quiet, I don't let the other people's opinions affect me. Like he should be doing more things or like more things in terms of his day-to-day business. Like
like your slogan, Skyto.
Yeah.
Like stop
comparing yourself to others, right? For sure. And like I have been able to now accomplish a lot more because I'm only focusing in on the stuff that I actually enjoy to do. Like if I don't like to do something, I'm not doing it. Like it doesn't matter to me now what even my closest family members, my closest team members are gonna say. If it doesn't make me happy, I'm not doing it. And so that's how I think I just been like able to quiet everything down, which is I'm just like somebody else's opinion.
Yeah.
Just doesn't bother me
So
anymore.
it is,
you don't know me.
Yeah.
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like you
Yes,
don't know
of
my
course.
intent. You don't know like
I saw one of your posts where you got negative comments, and I really loved the way that you handled those. You made fun of yourself.
hang out here for another half an hour. You'll notice I get made fun of the most here. Look, I think the best thing that ever happened to me, and it's funny that it came into my head again though, is having 2 older brothers. I'm the luckiest person in the world. My 2 older brothers, they picked on me so much that there's nothing that 47,000 people can be booing me, it won't affect me. Why? Because I got picked on so much as a kid. So much from inside. Like my brothers really, they wanted me to get that thick skin because I also had a turban growing up. And back in, call it the mid 80s, I've been 4 or 5, so mid 80s to like mid 90s, I mean, it wasn't as normal as you see it now.
Yeah.
Like you saw 1 out of every, and don't quote me on these numbers, but like 1 out of every, I don't know, 15,000 people with a turban.
Yeah.
And so people didn't even know if I was a boy or a girl. Like even when I was young, like I would walk into the boys' washroom and people would say, "You're in the wrong washroom."
Yeah.
Like and as a kid, you're not understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why is that happening?
And so, however, I just got a lot of thick skin.
So now I'm going to ask the $1 billion real estate broker some rapid fire questions, and let's see how he responds to that. All right, the first question is, which one is your favorite kind of investment? Condo, townhouse?
I think long term, it's multiplex buildings.
What makes you smile?
My 2 kids.
And what annoys you the most?
My 2 kids.
Given a superpower, what would you choose? Invisibility or flying? Or something else if you want to add?
I think between the 2, I'd go invisibility.
That is interesting because I thought that you will say flying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is the first thing that you notice about someone?
The first thing I notice about somebody is their smile, actually. In fact, when somebody doesn't smile right away, I try to make them smile through something that I say, maybe the way that I move my hands, maybe through my smile, but I generally notice someone smile.
Okay, on the scale of 1 to 10, how cool you think you are?
11.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg!
100%. Yeah.
If real estate wasn't your career, what could have you chosen the alternate career?
I would have been like some type of athlete, like a sports player, like soccer player.
What would you pick, a penthouse in downtown or a 20 acres of farmland in the place of nowhere?
I'm gonna say penthouse in downtown Toronto.
What is the one thing that you have never done and you wanted to do?
Skydiving.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the quote that you live by?
If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right.
Henry Ford. What is your favorite cuisine?
Indian food, like
Butter chicken?
no, funny. I'm a big meat guy. So if I went with a meat dish, it would be like a tari goat for me. Okay, for me. But if I had to just pick one thing from the Indian, it would be aloo gobi actually, with sabji and with roti and roti.
So this is the end of the rapid fire round.
Great, man.
We'll get to know about this after the end of the season.
I like
How
that.
did you perform in comparison to others?
I like
and
that.
then
I like
I'll
that.
keep
I
that
already
suspense.
think I was the best, but we'll see.
Yeah, you got me at 11. Like, how cool are you at 11? So that was, I think that was the best answer out there.
You were awesome today. Thank you so much.
So if you like this show, please tell me in the comments how did you like it and what was your favorite part. If you like this one, I'm pretty sure you'll like this one too. I pushed it. This is your phone. I'm here to interview the real if we have enough battery.
Easy?
Yeah.
All right.
This is the end.